The reality of it is that your parents have been through trauma too. So sometimes you blame your parents for everything and all of your trauma and everything that's wrong in your life. But the reality is that we have no empathy and understanding of a parent's past and what they went through, what they were subjected to, because it had to start from somewhere. So it's easy to talk about, oh, my parent did this or didn't do this and that and the other. I'm just going to be honest with you. If your parent tried to drown you, that's trauma. If you were subjected to watching your parent perform oral sex for money, for drugs, and you were in the back seat, that's trauma. If you got cussed out or whatever when you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and you were told one, two, three times, and you took your time doing that, is not trauma. That's a response to you being disobedient. And we have all of this psychological advice, all of this, that, and the other, and that tells us what trauma is, what abuse is. I was abused. But let's just think about it. Parent tells you to wash the dishes. You've been taught how to wash the dishes correctly. And after 2, 3 hours, the dishes or kitchen is still not cleaned up. And then the parent is reminding you, hey, I need you to go ahead and wash those dishes. 1 hour passes. Then the second hour, the parent says, look, get in there and wash the dishes. Saying it in that tone. And then the parent goes in there to cook. And the dishes are not clean. And you call it crazy, you call it abuse when the parent goes off and gets to yelling and taking your phone, whatever the case is. You have the nerve to get mad. Make it make sense. The parent worked for the food. The parent worked or did whatever to keep the electricity, gas on to cook the food. And the parent is cooking the food. Nothing in this life is free. Everybody has responsibility. Responsibility is supposed to be taught young. Okay, so you know how to wash dishes, you know how to clean up the kitchen. So what is the problem that you're so ungrateful and so arrogant and so lazy that you start a fire, you start an argument, but then when your toes get stepped on, then all of a sudden you become the victim. Make it make sense. If you're on the older side, 16, 17 or whatever, parent tells you to be off the phone, be off the game by 10 o'clock or whatever. I don't care if you're paying your own bill. Because ultimately, that parent is responsible for you graduating, for you making decent grades, and you disobey. And the parent says, hey, you need to get off the game. Make sure you're off the game. Go ahead and turn that game off. Uh, get off the phone or whatever. And you're still doing what you want to do. You still are sneaking or whatever. And when the parent snatches the phone, or snatches the game or throws it or whatever, then you want to say the parent has anger issues. What about your issues? What about disobedient issues? And so let me explain something, younger people. There are consequences for your actions. And a lot of times you start fires that never had a spark. That where you were the match, you were the striker of the match. You cannot go through this life doing what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, and then you cry wolf. And then as you get older, you claim that you were verbally abused. What about the emotional, mental abuse that you subjected that parent to? Do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about how your disobedience affects your parent? Did you ever think about the fact that they get stressed out even more? This life is hard. This life is no joke. You think it's hard when you're young because your hormones are all over the place. You're trying to figure things out. You think you know something, but you don't know or whatever. And just because your parent makes mistakes and stuff like that, you try to point that out. But the reality of it is, if you're one of these disobedient type children or whatever, and all you think about is yourself or how you feel, or it's not a big deal to you, you are selfish, you are spoiled, you are ungrateful. Let that marinate in your shananana or in your spirit. And let me get it in perspective and speak all correct. But no, it's no laughing matter. This life is harder on the adult, whether your parent is the grandmother, grandfather, the father, the mother, the older sister or brother who has custody over you. You do not make other people's plight or life harder by not doing your job. It doesn't matter if you're 13 listening to this or 26, because some of you all don't understand that is love that keeps you in the house past 18. And don't give me that, oh, nobody told you to have me, I never asked to be born in the first place. No, none of that. Get it together. And while parents are not perfect, uh, everybody is trying to figure this thing out. But when a parent, guardian, or whoever is trying to keep the lights on, trying to keep the heat on, trying to keep a roof over your head, I don't care if it's renting a hotel, when they are keeping a roof over your head, when they are keeping some kind of clothes on your back, shoes on your feet, morsels of food on the table, or whatever, get somewhere and be grateful, because there are a whole heck of a lot of parents and people that threw their kids away, and I mean completely away, and did not look back. They threw them in an orphanage, or they call them group homes now. They gave them up to the state. They sold them for sex, for money. They sold them so other people could have sex with them for money. They did not care at all. So I'm telling you, nobody really has to do or whatever. Stop feeling like you're just so entitled. Stop being ungrateful because you don't have what somebody else has. Stop comparing your household or yourself because there's not a father in the house or a mother in the house. As long as somebody loves you and is trying, get somewhere and wash the dishes. And while you're at it, don't stop with washing the dishes. Get your behind somewhere and sweep and mop the floor, clean out the microwave. So typically when somebody tells you to wash the dishes, that means clean up the kitchen. Not half wash the dishes, not half sweep and mop, not wash the dishes and forget, or not choosing to sweep and mop the floor and wipe stuff down, countertops and all. You know what's expected. Stop making people's lives harder when they are trying to provide for you. And it doesn't matter what you don't have. It matters what you do have. That is it.